up? The Gold Rush podcast here. My name is Spencer. That's Noah. And we are back with you today. Game day. Saturday morning. We got a lot of games today. Very excited. Finally get some Notre Dame football back. Last weekend was a drag. Very slow weekend. But hey, we had some fun upsets, so that was nice. But I'm ready to watch my Irish back in action. How about you?
Yeah, definitely a long week without watching Notre Dame football. We talk about it all the time. Bye weeks are the worst, but definitely well needed after, a difficult loss and a physical game.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed. Well, we're a little quicker episode today. We're going to do a little bit of the advantages and disadvantages for both teams, and then we're going to do some predictions at the end, and we'll call it a wrap so you guys can get on with your day and watch some football because, we will be as well. So let's start. Some advantages and disadvantages of both teams. Who you want to talk about Notre Dame or you want to talk about A&M first?
Let's pop into A&M actually. I think the strongest advantage that they have obviously is that they've played two games against teams that we talked about it last time are kind of inferior opponents. So they were able to figure some stuff out, figure out who they are as a team, figure out, timing with their receivers and quarterback, which running backs they like best in each set, considering they run, two or three of them. They kind of run the same way we did last year, where they're willing to throw three or four guys out there, including the quarterback. Marcel Reed's not afraid to tuck it and run. So I think their advantage is they've kind of got to gel together a little bit better. And they've looked really good at receiver. I think the receivers, I don't think that Notre Dame is at a huge disadvantage there, but we've just seen a lot more from the A&M receivers so far.
Yeah. No, I agree. Could we potentially be on par with them in talent? I think so. And this could be a really cool game to kind of show that to the nation. But if you want to purely go off of what has been done production up until this point, yeah, I think we definitely are a little bit lacking in that area. I think this is going to be a really interesting game to watch. The Notre Dame run game, the A&M defense, kind of who gives. I would like to think that play calling limited us and kept us from our full potential, but who knows what they're learning from their own film. It's also an advantage to be able to kind of like blatantly see what you're doing wrong against a team that was never going to really like put too much, on you in terms of pressure, but you got to kind of have two scrimmages out the gate to kind of really work through in a game scenario, in a live scenario. Okay, this is where we don't, read this right. This is how we don't fill gaps here. This is how, you get beat here. Like they got a lot on film just as much as we're watching it. They're watching it as well. So hopefully we can kind of expose some of those weaknesses. But I think Notre Dame as a squad, as an overall roster, probably has a little bit more of an advantage top down. But I think that A&M has some pieces that could really cause a lot of issues for us. Marcel Reed is definitely at this point an advantage just per experience, but it's a tricky advantage because those legs, man. I think Notre Dame's always had a hard time with running quarterbacks unless it's been like a Navy Army type of scenario, and hopefully we just don't let the improvisation kill us. We were able to figure out how to stop Caleb Williams, but he was still even more pocket passer than I think Marcel Reed is. I'm definitely concerned. I don't want to see those 3rd and 7s get converted for 15-yard rushes. That's just going to be tough.
Yeah, I would love to see kind of how we bottled up Caleb Williams a couple of years ago in Notre Dame Stadium. Yeah. That would be absolutely beautiful to see. As we mentioned last time, I'll be at the game, so if we go out there and make it ugly for him, that would be absolutely absolutely electric in Notre Dame Stadium. And we definitely can do it, and we have the pieces on defense. Nobody's going to be outmatched from an athletic standpoint. Obviously we talked about it. Bowen is going to be responsible for manning up on Reed, and it's going to, if at any point that Reed is just in open field running away from Bowen, we'll be in trouble. But I don't think we'll be in a lot of situations like that because our edge rushers are so good. We have Bryce Williams, Abubakar Traore, Joshua Burnham, some other pieces on the edge that are going to be, they're experienced, they've looked good, and they'll keep us in check, or they'll keep Marcel Reed in check.
I hope so. Yeah, I really hope so. I think as of right now, their special teams probably has a good advantage over us. I think Concepcion.
We just haven't seen much. Yeah,
we haven't seen much. We haven't. We didn't force a lot of punts against Miami. We didn't have too many kick returns that really did much. Price kind of got stuffed at the 15 a couple times. So I'm curious to see what happens there. I think if you were, basing it off last year, I don't think much has changed on our special teams, and I think we still have a lot of like punt blockers, kick field goal blockers,
Sure.
some really good pieces that could cause a lot of things. I think the trickery, the trick plays that we have up our sleeve and our special teams are going to be interesting to see if any of them, make their debut. I don't really think we were in position to make one in the Miami game. I don't think we ever had any like 4th and 4s on the other side of the 50, but not close enough for a field goal where like Tyler Buckner taking the snap would make sense and like trying to improvise. I think we were like buried and down, or just like not in a position to really call any of those wisely. So we just didn't unveil it, and I'm curious to see if any of those show up this game. Hopefully the home environment is another advantage that we can kind of like staple. I know Notre Dame stadiums and big games are sometimes hit or miss randomly, but I think for the most part we're going to be up for it.
Recently, I think that even that Ohio State game a couple years ago with Sam Hartman, that game, even though we lost, that we lived up to expectations that year, and we ended up falling short to them, later in the year against like Louisville, and that was that was a tough one to swallow. But we talked about kind of the advantage for A&M being that they've played 2 games. I think it's also an advantage for Notre Dame that they've played 2 games. We have 2 games of film on them. Now, granted, against 2 teams that they should handle. I don't necessarily think that they've, exposed everything that they're going to run against us, and they've probably kept some stuff close to their chest, which I would expect from a Mike Elko-led team. They're gonna be ready for some special stuff for us, just the same way they did last year. Obviously, Mike Elko coming over from Duke, we didn't know anything going in fresh. They had new coordinators over there, but like the Duke game, they ran a bunch of different I'm talking about 2 years ago when we went to Duke, when they had Riley Leonard quarterbacking for them. They unveiled a bunch of stuff that we were not expecting, and that's just who Mike Elko is. He's going to be ready. He's going to throw some twists into there. But we have the extra game on film. All they have on us is the Miami game, which we've already talked about is not a good representation of who we're going to be this year that we think.
Yeah,
I would really hope that's not who we are this year. So I think the film we have to watch is definitely an advantage for Notre Dame.
As someone who played, college football, how legitimate is that a coach would withhold plays and identity moments earlier in the season or before big team? Like, how is that common? Because in other sports, it's kind of just you go out and you play, and that's how it goes. But football's so strategic. Is that truly a thing that they kind of hold close to their chests, as game plans and schemes and stuff that they don't want to reveal yet?
Yeah, so I definitely think maybe in like the trick play or special teams area, if you have a fake that you think is money, it's going to work. You can't let anybody have that on film, because once it's on film, it's never going to work again. It doesn't matter where you're at on the field. That once you use a fake play or a trick play, it is burnt. Absolutely 100%. But I think more or less, as far as holding things close to your chest, what it is it's wrinkles that you add to your regular game plan based on an opponent. So if that a weak side linebacker maybe is a little susceptible to reacting to a run fake, maybe you put him in a compromising position in a few times in the game, whereas in the prior games that wasn't something you could take advantage of. So you're throwing that special wrinkle in for that specific opponent. So it's more or less adding in things that you haven't shown yet, rather than withholding things that you have.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, yeah. I think we've more than covered it. I think every podcast on YouTube has given their perspective, and I think for the most part, as a Notre Dame media conglomerate, we all have an idea as to what needs to be fixed, what needs to be figured out. And hopefully those things get implemented Saturday, or else it's going to be a long season. I told you, I said, if we take an L here, playoffs are probably out, unless chaos happens, unless this game is a close L, unless like all these different things kind of have to fall into place. But at the very least, we'll get to watch a quarterback develop in front of us. And I would assume that if it gets ugly, it'll just get better for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like there won't be any handcuffing. There won't be any like withholding. It's like, dude, if we're already 3 losses into this thing, chuck the ball, dude. Go figure it out. Throw 15 picks this year and we'll figure it out next year.
Yeah, you're going to have receivers playing for draft stock at that point, so they're going to try to ball out.
Let it fly, which would also then be annoying because then we'll probably start blowing teams out by 50. But all that being said, I think this is going to be a really close game. I think this is going to be an interesting one to kind of predict. We'll kind of give our score predictions here in a second, but I think this will be a really close game, a tough fought game, a really well coached game on both sides. I think we're going to see some moments from both teams where we're like, wow, yeah, that was brilliant, and some other moments where we're like, God, dude, can we just get past these annoying little things that continue to plague us? So we'll see. But let's go down the run out of this week's games on Saturday.
Yeah,
a couple games already happened on Thursday and Friday, but we'll go through Saturdays, kind of give our predictions for it, and then we'll end up with our Notre Dame score.
Yep. So one that doesn't, on paper should not be a great game, but kind of looking at it is Oregon is going to Northwestern, and that game is being played at 12 p.m. Central Time, which is going to be
interesting,
equivalent to what would that be Oregon's time? 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And so I mean, obviously Oregon's going to get there a few days early and kind of get their legs right. But interesting thought, Oregon going and playing a game essentially at 10 a.m. their time.
Yeah,
that I could see that one getting weird at Northwestern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the line right now is 27.5. You see Northwestern being able to cover that
27.5.
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously, I'm assuming you'd take Oregon to win that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Oregon to win the game. I don't know if they cover. I don't know. I mean, Northwestern, like I think is definitely the best of the three teams they've played up until this point.
Yep.
But I don't know if I believe in what they got going on up there. They do have that rushing quarterback that it's kind of a dual threat. So I mean, you never know. That always can kind of create problems. We saw Pavia do that all year last year at Vanderbilt. Kind of made a team better than everyone thought they would be. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think they cover?
I think Dante Moore struggles out the gate and ends up figuring it out.
Okay.
I'm going to say that Northwestern covers the points. I'm not going to give it to Oregon. Okay.
All right. Oregon wins. They cover, though.
Yes, Oregon wins. They cover. And something else I kind of want to do with this is we're not going to go crazy in depth with all these games, but I kind of want to keep a running tally of who wins, or kind of the number of games we win, and maybe make it a little fun game to see who can win more each week.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to. I mean, for the most part, we'll have to keep one record, but let's see like cover and who wins.
Yeah. Yep.
What you got next?
All right. So next is a big one. Looking at it, this doesn't seem like it should be a big one, but it is.
Yeah.
Clemson at Georgia Tech.
Oh no, that's a way more interesting game given the last couple weeks.
But I mean, think about like 5 years ago. Would you have ever thought Clemson at Georgia Tech was going to be something we'd be worried about?
No, but like Georgia Tech has been the like. I'm trying to think of a team to compare them to. They're that team that like anyone could lose to any year because they kind of just like proved that. Yeah. Like they took out a really good Florida State team a couple of years back. They've taken Georgia's to
Miami out
random games. Yeah, they took out Miami. Granted, that's like recency with Haynes King, and that squad's been a lot better. But I think the last 10, 15 years, even in some of those 4 and 8 seasons, they've given you some scares. So
yeah. So right now, Clemson's giving them 3.5 points. So they're saying Clemson's going to win.
3.5. Okay.
Yep. Over-under's at 54.5. Personally, I'm taking Georgia Tech to win outright. I think Clemson struggled with Troy last year. Our boy Parker, last week, Gerard Parker almost handed it to him.
Not Irish.
did it with Drew Pine and about came back and did it with Troy.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I'm taking Georgia Tech to win outright.
You don't believe Dabo's had quite a week?
I don't believe in Dabo as far as I can throw him, man. He hasn't given me any reason to in the last. Now I know they made the playoffs last year, but that was a slight fraudulent playoff berth, I think, and I don't know that too many people would disagree with me unless you're a Clemson fan. I mean, they went out and handled business in the ACC championship because Syracuse found a way to beat Miami late.
Folded them.
So gave Clemson the berth, and they went and handled business against a decent SMU team, but this year haven't looked good. Haven't looked good yet. Didn't look good against LSU, and I think people were giving LSU too much credit for that win because I just don't think Clemson's as real as everybody thought.
I think you're probably right. So you're taking Georgia Tech outright, which means they cover.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna still take Clemson, and I'm gonna take Clemson to cover.
All right, you're taking them to win by more than so essentially four points. Yeah. Okay.
I think they win by a touchdown.
Next game, obviously, Oklahoma's going to handle Temple. I believe they look good. Believer of what they got going on over there right now. Next game,
what's the spread on that?
23.5, which seems low to me. I would assume that they would handle Temple.
Yeah, I'll take Oklahoma in to cover.
Yeah, I'd take the cover. Mateer or whatever his name is. I think he's got a good chance to win the Heisman this year. I was texting you about it this weekend. He looked good.
Yeah, he looked really good.
So next one here, Wisconsin at Alabama. The line is currently 21.5 to Alabama, which seems lofty.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can get tickets to that game for $25. ESPN is saying at Bryant Denny Stadium.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take Bama, but I'll take Wisconsin to cover.
Yeah, I don't think Bama covers those points. I don't think Bama covers 21.5. I'll take Bama to win. I think it's going to be like a 14-point game.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that.
But I also would not be shocked to see Wisconsin just like pull that out.
I wouldn't either. It
would not shock me one bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on at Bama than just players not playing well. I think there's a lot of culture stuff.
Yeah, that's not they aren't on the right ship over there.
No.
Next one we're looking at obviously Central Michigan at Michigan. So Michigan obviously with the tough loss to Oklahoma, their golden boy.
What's Central Michigan's record right now?
Central Michigan is 1-1. They beat San Jose State and they lost to Pitt. They lost to Pitt pretty solid.
Yeah, that game was closer than that score.
I think Pitt's okay. So that's not like an average team that they lost to. I think Pitt is going to end up being okay. But we saw the all-world freshman didn't live up to the potential in his first opportunity. Now, obviously, that game is not going to define who he is as a player. But Michigan is giving 27.5 points to Central Michigan.
Ooh. I'll take Michigan to win. I don't think they cover.
I'm actually you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked by this.
You think they ball out and they cover?
I think that Underwood has a pretty good day and they cover the 27.5.
Okay.
I think that they have way too much physicality. I think that Underwood is way too athletic. He's got way too strong of an arm. I think that he goes out there and lays it to him. Yeah. Yep. I think they hoop. All right. Next game. Let's see which one is worth talking about. We got Penn State and Villanova. They don't give a line. Why is Penn State playing Villanova? I can't bet on that game according to ESPN Bet.
Insane. That's insane.
Give me Villanova.
I was going to say the same thing. Give me Villanova.
All right. Next game, Rob Notre Dame of College Game Day. It is what it is. Georgia is going to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Volunteers. Georgia is giving 3.5 points. What do you think?
I kind of like Aguilar, man.
Yeah.
I kind of like him, bro.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I think the story's there with Nico being gone. I think a lot of people are pulling for him too that weren't necessarily before, and I think that.
Where did he come in from? App State? Was he from App State?
Yeah, he was from App State.
Yeah.
Dude, his story's kind of crazy. I was listening to it the other day. Dude, I know a lot of Georgia fans are concerned right now, and I don't know how to feel because it's so hard to bet against a Kirby Smart led team.
Yeah.
But I do think the transfer portal and NIL has kind of softened some of the super team stuff. So I don't know, man. What you going with?
So I am going to take Tennessee to win outright.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling it, bro. I was kind of feeling it.
I think really Tennessee. It's tough. It's tough at Neyland Stadium. I don't know how they don't play that game at night. It's a 3:30 kickoff.
Ooh.
The ticket for that game is $326 if you want to show up and go. That's the most expensive ticket of the weekend. Notre Dame's coming in at second.
I'll hop on it with you. I'll take Tennessee outright.
Yeah, I got to see what Gunnar Stockton can do against a good team. Haven't seen it yet. It's early in the season. They're 2-0 against Marshall and Austin Peary. I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah, Austin Peavy.
Yeah. So I got to see him against a good team, and I think Tennessee is
Tennessee outright, and they got Zachariah Branch.
Yeah, they got Georgia has Zachariah Branch. I will mention that Tennessee has some injury at defensive back that
did the McCoy guy go down?
I think McCoy went down.
Ooh, hold on a second. Because Tennessee played an okay Syracuse team and pulled away late. But that Syracuse team has far more of a pulse than
McCoy. Both corners, McCoy and Gibson, are out versus Georgia.
Are you changing your answer with that?
No, I'm not, because ESPN's still giving them 3.5, which means ESPN doesn't believe, which means I don't believe. It's in Neyland Stadium. That place is going to be rocking.
All right. I'll ride it with you.
That my boy Ryan took A&M to beat Notre Dame, and he's a big Georgia fan. Yeah, can't have that. Can't have that. Yeah,
have it.
So I bleed orange this week. All right, next one that makes sense. Not really makes sense, but USC is going to Purdue. Another one where you got a team riding across the country. So it's a 3:30 kickoff. Essentially going to be 12:30 for USC their time. You can get that game for $36 if you want to. USC given 21.5.
Oh man, dude, Purdue is
trash.
For a buddy of mine, presumably improved a little bit on offense.
No, they struggled with Southern Illinois last week.
Yeah, well,
they gave up 14 points to Southern Illinois in the first quarter of that game. Now they figured it out, but post first quarter, Purdue themselves only scored 20 points.
Ooh, okay. I'll take USC. I think they cover. USC
I'll take USC in the points. I think they win by 30 plus.
Okay.
Next one here makes sense. Let's see. Pitt and West Virginia. Okay, this is a rivalry renewed, isn't it?
What's the line?
This line is currently.
I'm not even going to hear it. I'm taking Pitt and they're covering.
Pitt 7.5.
Yeah, they covered.
I want to say
West Virginia took the L to who'd they just lose to? And they got clowned on social media for it.
Let me tell you. They lost to Ohio.
Yeah. People were like talking about Ohio.
Although Ohio won the MAC last year, Ohio's pretty solid. They're a good MAC school. It's tough to judge these lower end schools. I mean, look at USF right now.
I know. Is it at USF or is it at Pitt?
It's at West Virginia. I think that's the kicker here. Yeah, and like I said, this is a huge rivalry. Mm-hmm. Can't talk today. So you never know what'll happen. You know.
Yeah, I'm still taking Pitt and they're covering.
Okay, I like it. North Carolina. This one is.
Who'd you take?
I'm taking Pitt to win the game. I'll take West Virginia to cover though. I think it'll be a 3-point game. It's going to be tight. Okay. I think field goal late takes it. Something here doesn't have a line. We don't have to bet on it, but or not bet, but predict. North Carolina is playing Richmond. Do you think Bill Belichick figures it out against a bad team?
Give me the Spiders, bro.
Give me the Spiders. I love it. Love it.
Isn't that their team, the Richmond Spiders?
Yeah. That was a good callback. Attaboy. That's a ball knower right there, boys.
I just kept thinking of their logo. I was like, I hope it's the Spiders. Why? That's a really stupid logo.
Speaking of Ohio, they're playing Ohio State at the Shoe this week. Ohio State's
the line there.
Ohio State's given 31.5. I think Ohio covers that. There's a big
Ohio covers it too. Ohio covers.
Ohio State hasn't scheduled Ohio. There was a huge event that happened a long time ago where the Ohio Bobcat mascot went and beat the crap out of Brutus and ripped his mask off.
I saw that,
and I genuinely think they haven't scheduled him in a long time because of that.
I got you. Yeah, no, I'll take it. Ohio State wins, but Ohio covers. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think they keep it not close, but I'll give it a 21-point game instead of 31.
Yeah,
I'll throw 10 points at that. Okay, so the next one here, Arkansas at Ole Miss. This one actually has some interest to Notre Dame as we go down to Arkansas, Fayetteville here in a couple weeks.
What's the line?
The line is Ole Miss 6.5.
Dude, I really like that Arkansas quarterback. I think he's just. I think he kind of gives me the Brown from USF as well. Like that's just that similar type, kind of improvised.
Yeah, you Taylon Green fan?
Yeah, I kind of like it. He kind of gives me a little bit of Riley energy. Not necessarily the most strong arm, but he'll take you down for an extra 3 after getting hit. So
they've played Alabama A&M and dominated, and then they played Arkansas State a little in-state. I don't know if you can call it a rivalry, but an in-state opponent and dominated them. So they look good through 2.
Yeah, give me Arkansas to win. I'm not a believer in Ole Miss unless they really figure it out a little bit. I think that quarterback was a little overhyped. I'm not too impressed. Kentucky. Granted, Kentucky just kind of has their number every year. It's always a game for whatever reason.
Kentucky played them tight. Yeah.
So, but I think Arkansas. I don't know, man. I'm saying this, and I could also see Ole Miss win by like 25. So I really don't know.
I actually agree with what you just said. I could either see it. I think Arkansas either wins or Ole Miss runs away with it and wins by 3 scores.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arkansas. I think they squeak it out, and it kind of helps our schedule. It's a storyline.
Yeah, I'm a kind of do the opposite, and right. I think Ole Miss kind of rights the ship a little bit, and it's tough to go against Lane Kiffin, especially at home. So I think Lane figures it out, and they take care of business.
All right, I like it.
All right, so next up here, let's see.
I don't even think of Bama, Georgia, LSU as SEC. I think of like the Arkansas and the Ole Misses and the Mississippi States. Like that's the SEC in my head, and I know that's so stupid, but like I don't know why. I just
all right. Well, here's a non-SEC matchup according to Spencer. We got Florida going to LSU. This is just two independent teams. Yeah.
LSU going to Gators.
No. Gators going to LSU. LSU's given 7.5.
I wanna like Lagway. I wanna like believe in that team, but that was rough to lose at home to USF. I think USF's a good squad, so I'm curious how the psyche is for that Florida team. They have a daunting schedule ahead. I hope they're not looking too far ahead. Obviously, they shouldn't be, but like just looking ahead, being like, oh my God, this is what we have now, going 1-1. Like that's just such a motivation killer. But damn, it would feel good to have Brian Kelly lose. So I'll take LSU to win, Florida to cover.
Yeah, I think LSU dominates. And when I say dominate, I mean win by 14 plus, not 50.
Okay.
I could also very well see this being the same type of Florida team from last year that goes and loses a game and then wins 3 in a row and then loses a game they shouldn't lose. I think you're going to see a Florida team that goes and plays Georgia really tight here in toward the end of the season. But I think right now LSU's got some things rolling. Brian Kelly actually looks like he's got it figured out a little bit. Beat Clemson, who, they may have ruined Clemson's season, and then went and handled Louisiana Tech pretty easily, 23-7. And I think Louisiana Tech's actually a decent little FCS school. I don't think they're a pushover right now. So give me LSU to win, and I say they cover the points too.
Okay.
And then obviously you and I's. Well, we'll skip this and come back to the end. Okay. I was going to hop into Notre Dame, Texas A&M, but we'll pop into that at the end. One that I'm really excited. I'm kind of sad that it's going on at the same time as Notre Dame is Vanderbilt is going to South Carolina. I think that'll be a fun.
Oh, that'll be a fun game. That'll be a really fun game. What's the line there?
The line is South Carolina 5.5, and Spencer was at the Vanderbilt game last year when they took out Bama. So he was.
I've been to one Vanderbilt game, and I've only ever seen Bama once, and it was the Vanderbilt beating Bama. It was a crazy game.
Yeah. I went to Alabama. I went to Bryant-Denny Stadium one time to watch Alabama because my dad ended up finding some tickets. Like a buddy of his was giving his tickets away, and it was the game they struggled with the Citadel for like the first half. Everybody talks about it all the time, and because I remember it being like 7-14 at halftime, and we were like, "What is going on?" And, like, and then like they came out in the second half and blew them out by 40. Yeah.
So good.
But regardless, so South Carolina is giving 5.5 points to Vanderbilt coming into their place, William Bryce Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina.
I think SC wins, but I think Vanderbilt covers. I think they win by like a field goal or something.
Okay. I was high on South Carolina immediately. I was watching their game against Virginia Tech. It was on that Sunday before Notre Dame played. And I remember texting you, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude, South Carolina looks good right now." And Sellers came out firing, and then it came to a screaming halt. They scored the touchdown, then gave up a field goal, then gave up a safety, and I had stopped watching because I went and grabbed some lunch, and I got a text message from you, and you're like 7-5 ? And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
You were like, "Dude, they look good." I turned the game on; it was like almost the third quarter, 7-5. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. So South Carolina is one of those teams that I think has generated some hype because Lenore Sellers, he's an impressive talent for sure. But I'm not a huge believer in. Somebody I am a believer in is Diego Pavia and Clark Lee over there at Vanderbilt. I think they've got some good things going. Yeah, I'm going to take it's tough for me to take Vanderbilt to cover. I'm going to take them to cover the points, but I don't know about winning. Give me Vanderbilt to cover, South Carolina to win.
Same.
Okay. Moving down.
Time?
What's that?
Is it time?
Let me see if there's any other games worth mentioning. There's just rapid fire. Who are you going to win? We're not going to talk about it. Duke at Tulane. Duke's given 1.5.
Tulane.
You're taking Tulane. Okay. I'll take Duke. I think they figure stuff out and they get it right. Let's go Navy at Tulsa. Navy's given 13.5.
Oh, wow. Tulsa. Give me Tulsa.
I'll take Tulsa to cover, Navy to win.
Okay.
Okay. Minnesota at Cal. Minnesota's given 1.5.
Ooh, Cal.
You like Cal?
And they cover.
You like Cal, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I am taking Minnesota. I love their coach. I think they've got some stuff brewing over there. It's just a tough place to win in Minnesota. Yeah. Boston College at Stanford, kind of just talking about it because it's a game that
both teams
means something to us just by a common opponent.
Boston College.
Yep, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take. Oh, man, yeah, I gotta take Boston. Stanford's bad, man. Yeah. I think it's 13.5 points, though. I think Stanford covers the points.
Agreed.
Okay, now, yeah, we can dig in. We can dig into the Notre Dame Texas A&M. We don't have to go crazy. We've already talked about the details. What do you think? Notre Dame is currently giving 6.5 points. Over/under is 50.5. So we're talking about a Notre Dame favorite in Notre Dame Stadium. Number 8 16 matchup.
I'm going to take Notre Dame to win.
Okay.
And I think we cover. I think we figure it out. I could see it being like a 10-point win like last year. I don't think we cover by astronomical numbers, but if things work out, I think we cover, and it's looking really good. It's comfortable.
Okay, yeah, I actually like what you're saying. Obviously, anytime you talk about Notre Dame winning and covering, that's a good thing. I also think that Notre Dame wins. I think that they cover, and and it might be the homer in me, but I think Notre Dame looks like, the college football playoff candidate that they are. I think Notre Dame goes in, and I didn't. This is the first I've talked about it. I haven't given any prediction to you. I haven't given any prediction to anybody. Give me Notre Dame winning a 31-10 ball game.
31-10. You think the defense just shows up?
31-10. I don't think we allow the big play to Concepcion or Craver. I think we keep Marcel Reed in the pocket, and when he does get out, I think we're able to handle him. He'll sneak away from time to time, but not enough to cause fits. Freeman is really good in big games at Notre Dame Stadium. He struggles in the small ones, but the big one he gets up for. And as we mentioned, people were down on the Miami game. I think there was more good to come out of that game than people give credit for.
I like it. I want your score. I'm gonna go with them getting 17, and I think they get their points early and quick, and it's kind of scary. I think they get 14 in the first half, and then I think we kind of shut them down, and then we figure it out a little bit. They settle in with 3 in the second half.
Okay.
And I think we score. I think we got 31. I think
so, both 31. So you're giving them another touchdown that I don't have.
Yeah, I think so.
And listen, like I said, that may be the homer in me. It feels like the type of game that Notre Dame is coming at home to an opponent that they beat last year. They already have the confidence, and then you have an A&M team coming that they don't have experience in Notre Dame Stadium. They haven't beat the team in recent history. I think that you come out and you have a loose Notre Dame that isn't afraid to play this game, and I think you have a tight Texas A&M team that tries not to make the mistakes and eventually kind of works their way into fighting from behind.
I like it. Yeah, I agree. I think Notre Dame wins the turnover battle. I think we're bound. I think we're due. I think we win that, and that helps. And I think a lot of our offense gets figured out. I'm nervous about our defense, man. I really am.
How long until an A&M fan finds this podcast and is just like, "Yeah, you're so stupid"?
Yeah, I know. I could see an A&M person commenting and just being like, "You guys are ridiculous. It's going to be way closer," and I would probably agree. Like,
yeah, you're probably right, but I mean, at the end of the day, I could realistically see this game being anywhere from like a 3-point ball game either way to, like I mentioned, like a 21-point ball game either way, depending on how the flows of the game go. I hate Notre Dame playing from behind. As soon as Notre Dame got down against Miami, I was down in the dump, ready to. I was texting Spencer. I was like, "Dude, I'm just going to bed. Man, this sucks. Like, I hate this." And of course, I don't go to bed. It's like that video game you keep saying that you're gonna uninstall but never do. I just continue to subscribe to whatever Notre Dame puts out, and
for sure,
that's just who I am.
Yep. No, I agree. We will see here in just a few. This will be some good games today. Make sure you guys are locked in. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, let us know in the comments if you love, hate, agree with, despise our predictions and our analysis. We really want the feedback. We really do. It would be awesome. And I mean, if you hate it, let us know.
Roast us, and then come back on Sunday and tell us where we were wrong. Just absolutely roast us. Tell us we're idiots. Tell us that there's no way that Arkansas is losing to Ole Miss, and I'd love to see on Sunday morning people comment and tell me I'm an idiot because I took Ole Miss.
Hey, I like it. I'm totally fine with majority of this podcast aging like milk, all right? If that happens, so be it. It means you guys came back and you wanted to let us know. We had that much of an emotional impression on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Gold Rush podcast. I'm Spencer. That's Noah. We'll catch you guys next time.
Go Irish.
My name, no,